My name is Dr. Erin Buggy. I have my doctorate in clinical psychology, and I got into this field because I've had a lifelong love and appreciation for the human condition and understanding people and what makes them tick. And I've also had a lifelong desire to make the world a little better, leave it a little better than I found it. And so psychology is really a combination of, humans and helping them to help themselves. And so I get to, kind of two things I'm very passionate about. I get to put together into one and do every day. With future clients coming into therapy, I think the first thing I want to acknowledge is that it takes tremendous courage to make the leap into therapy. Even whether you've done it before or it's your first time ever, it is a leap to meet with a new person, often when things are difficult, and you're coming in and meeting a stranger and hoping to entrust them to come alongside you. And so I really honor the courage that people have. I also have a very person-centered, compassionate approach, and so when I work with people, I'm really trying to understand them, come alongside them, meet them where they're at, and work in a truly collaborative way that is respectful of them and where they're at and what they're really wanting and also needing out of the therapeutic process. In terms of the work that I do, I like to work in an integrative way, meaning that I combine a lot of different therapeutic techniques and theoretical components to really meet a client where they're at. In addition to working in an integrative way, I also like to work in a creative way. Both the client and I get to tap into our creative capacities and in that process really uncover something new and neat. I developed a therapeutic technique that's formally known as the layered symbolic narrative, and in short form we refer to it as the listen technique. And so this technique is a three-phase process that combines talk therapy and experiential therapy. And what it utilizes is a curated selection of symbolic objects that a client uses to explore key aspects of what's going on inside of themselves, as well as potentially key aspects of what exists outside of themselves. And so through the process, they get to take what I call a 10,000-foot view, look at all of these complex variables that are in their lived experience, but they get to see them in really simple ways because the objects are representing them, representing something complex in a very concrete way. I do find that this approach, using the layered symbolic narrative, it does help clients to get out of or move through, where they might be stuck, because they get to take a different vantage point than perhaps they've had before. They also don't have to hold so many competing and confusing and complicated variables inside their brains all at once. They get to see them out in front of themselves, and so they can move things and play with things and explore possibilities for how things could be different, if variables were tinkered with. And so it often gets people out of stuckness because it helps them to see things in new ways and to see new possibilities as well. And that's a big part of what creates therapeutic change. The kinds of shifts that I see in clients, I think kind of at the heart boils down to this theme of connection. And I conceptualize connection in 4 ways. In order to really have the full human experience and to be thriving, we've got to be connected to ourselves in a way that is affirming and supportive and loving. We've got to be connected to safe other people who are also affirming and supportive and loving, because it's important to be seen and to be known. That's kind of a core tenet of the human experience. We've got to be connected to something greater than ourselves, whether it's religious or secular or spiritual, doesn't matter what it is, but something bigger or beyond ourselves that infuses life with meaning and purpose. And then we've also got to be connected to the present moment, because that's where all that other good stuff in terms of connection really happens. And so what I see in terms of the work that I do with clients is a lot about ultimately coming back home to themselves, getting really connected to themselves in a way that feels good and supports their wellness, helping them to get connected in more meaningful and real and authentic, vulnerable ways with other people, helping them to connect with what actually matters to them and how they want to, move through their life experience, and also helping them to get connected to the present moment.